What's up, man? AW Airward, what's up, guys? I hope you're all having a good Sunday like I am. Well, actually, I'm having a decent Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. Feeling fresh, feeling good this Sunday. Yes, I'm showing my face. I'm in my room this time. So that's why I'm showing my beautiful face, my beautiful room. You see the TV behind me? You see my Funkles? Yeah, I'm in my room this time, guys. Welcome, let's talk pop. No, it's not let's talk pop. Wrong. Because there's not let's talk pop. There's nothing really news entertainment to talk about for let's talk pop. So I'm doing a series that I do occasionally called Looking Back, where we look back at TV shows and movies from the past, and we talk about them. So far, I've done the Batman, not the Batman, Batman '89, Batman Returns, and Wonder Woman '84, and I might have done another one, Forever. Maybe it's Forever in. I'm just gonna make sure. Let me look. While I look, make sure if you're new here or if you're a current subscriber, share, like, and subscribe for your new. Okay. If you're new, if you check out my channel first time, you see what you like. Please subscribe. Okay. Oh yeah, Guardians. I also did Guardians. I forgot I did Guardians 1 and 2, leading up to the Guardians 3 movie. Okay. So as you can see down here on the banner below, in anticipation of Deadpool Wolverine. Let's take a look from X-Men 1 to 3. So that's the trilogy from the early 2000s, from 2000 to 2006. Those those three movies. So what I'll be doing is, as lead up to Deadpool, we're gonna do these. I'm gonna do the X-Men related films. That includes Deadpool 1 and 2. Yo, blinded. Okay, so we'll let you all know, right? So next, when I do the next looking back, hopefully next Sunday, I gotta get the lead up. I gotta make sure I get it in 5-6 weeks. All right. So next time we'll talk about. We'll do the Wolverine movies. We're gonna go in, I guess, chronological order of how. Not no, because X-Men First Class came out before. Oh, we're gonna go. Happy birthday, Blinded, by the way. Yeah, what we're gonna do is for the next. We're gonna do the Wolverine movies. Okay, we're gonna do the 3 Wolverine movies. Then we're gonna delve into the first 2 X-Men movies, First Class and Days of Future Past, and then the real fun. The Wolverine movies will be next week. Okay. Then there's 2 X-Men movies will be the week after. Okay. Those first 2 X-Men movies for the 2010 decades. And then the week after, we're gonna have real fun. We're gonna talk about the greatest X-Men movies. We're gonna finish off the greatest X-Men movies: Apocalypse and Device and Phoenix. Okay, we're gonna do that back to back, and that's gonna be fun. Okay, that's gonna be really fun, right? This is gonna be a fun stream too. So, and then we're gonna do the Deadpool movies. So Deadpool comes out what, 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks. So next week, Wolverine movies, all 3 of them. That's 1 week. Then the first 2 X-Men movies, First Class and Days of Future Past, 2 weeks. Then the rest of the X-Men movies, Apocalypse and Phoenix, okay. And then Deadpool 1 and 2. Yeah, timeline fits perfectly. Okay, timeline fits. Yeah, okay. It fits. All right. And yeah, so I'm gonna send out invitations, but I have to do a little bit of an introduction to this. Okay. X-Men was, well, after Blade, X-Men, uh, I'm only gonna certain people on for this. And Blade can come on. I know, okay. I am prepared. Uh, so when we heard about X-Men getting the movies, we heard about X from Marvel, X-Men and Spider-Man, right? X-Men and Spider-Man. Spider-Man came a year after. Two of the biggest properties in Marvel. Now, Marvel has released movies before X-Men and Spider-Man. Blade, yes, Blade. But they also have released really cheesy movies. If some of you may have not known before, a really bad Captain America movie, a Doctor Strange movie, a really cheesy. Yes, they did have a Doctor Strange movie, and a cheesy Fantastic Four movie, Cormans, right? Fantastic Four movie. So they have done before Spider-Man and X-Men and before Blade. They have done that. That you all know. But X-Men, one of the biggest Marvel's money makers for the comics, one of the biggest properties, and Spider-Man back to back, right? Two of the biggest. Successful animation show too, right? And this movie was coming around X-Men Evolution too. Also, yeah, and then Spider-Man, right? And Spider-Man's always big. So, Blinded, if you're here, if you got the link, come on, please. Please, feel free to come on. And we're gonna go from X-Men 1 to 3. And I'm gonna invite more people on later. And I got Wolverine here.
Mm-mm-mm.
I got Funko
What's
Wolverine.
up, man?
Logan, Old Man
Oh,
Logan.
that's cool.
I know you said you have to try to rewatch. Do it as best as you can.
Yeah.
Remember, okay?
Yeah, there's gonna be some. I mean, well, okay, so there's only two X-Men movies that I did not watch, which are New Mutant and
I did not see New
uh
Mutants either. I gotta watch that.
yeah,
Thank you for reminding me. I almost
and
forgot.
Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. Those
Oh,
are the only ones I've never seen.
you gotta watch Phoenix so you can shit on
Uh yeah, that's gonna be hard to watch. But it's been a very long time since I've seen like the original trilogy. Like I was a kid. I was probably like what, 6 when the third one came out.
Okay, yeah,
I was
okay.
really young. So, and I remember seeing 2 in theaters, but I was probably like 4, maybe. I
Okay.
can't remember. And I was like a baby when the first one came out, so I couldn't have seen it. I saw it much later.
Of course. Actually, that's probably better. It's probably better,
Yeah,
obviously. Um, X-Men 1. So let's start with X-Men 1. So X-Men 1 to me, and I get blind spots. To me, it's a solid, good movie. It helped bring comic book movies back on map after the
right.
debacle of Batman. And Blade, yeah, Blade was there, but Blade wasn't really groundbreaking. Blade wasn't,
No, it wasn't what
yeah,
we now have. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the first X-Men movie set up so much of these other Marvel movies. But here's the thing, even though I saw it, this is the one I don't remember. Like I remember Wolverine like in the snow and all that, but like
okay,
the entire movie like pretty much escapes me. And
okay.
that's why I need to go rewatch it.
I'm gonna do my
So you're
best
gonna
of
have to
my
catch up.
memory. I'm gonna do
Okay.
best of my memory. Okay, this movie starts off with the Holocaust, and you see
Right.
baby kid Magneto, and you see him being taken with his parents by the Nazis, right to the concentration camp, and you see him get angry, obviously because he's hurt. He feels sad. He's hurt. He's being taken away, and you see a metal gate. Him uses now. I don't think he realizes he has his powers yet, but out of anger, a metal gate started to move. Right. Obviously, it's Magneto, young Magneto. Right.
Right.
That's how we start off the movie. And then we start. Then we go to fast forward. I believe Professor Xavier and Jean Grey were at Washington, invited to Congress or something, talking about mutants. And I remember Senator Kelly. Senator Kelly was against mutants, at the time. If I remember. And then we got to where Rogue, Rogue was with her boyfriend, and she did not know she had these powers yet, the
Sorry.
absorption powers, right? And then
Hmm.
she kissed her boyfriend, and yeah, she put her boyfriend in a coma. And then later on, we see Rogue. I pretty much kicked out of her family, in Strange, because her father, if you know the comics and stuff, they kind of disowned her because of that, and they kind of played it in a little bit into it. And we see Rogue out in Canada, at a trucks. I guess it's truck stop. Wolverine was doing some cage fighting, and she ran into Wolverine right at the bar, and then she snuck on the truck with Wolverine, and then Wolverine got attacked by Sabretooth and I believe Toad, but they were saved by Storm and Cyclops as their first introduction to Storm and Cyclops, if I remember correctly. Um, and then they brought Wolverine and Rogue to the mansion. Wolverine got introduced to the team, introduced to Professor Xavier. Rogue became a student, and obviously Magneto managed to kidnap Senator Kelly. Well, Mystique impersonated somebody to, I guess, an aide or whatever, um, and they kidnapped Kelly. And Magneto wanted to turn everybody into mutants. That's the plan. And if I remember correctly, this is Wolverine, right? But that's how I remember. That's how I remember the beginning. The middle, if I remember correctly, the middle, Rogue, Rogue tried to leave because remember there was Bobby Drake, Iceman. It was there too. Iceman told her to leave. Bobby Drake told her to leave. That she's not welcome. But that turns out not to be. That was not really Bobby Drake. That was Mystique personating Bobby Drake, Iceman at the time, because Magneto. Remember, Magneto. People thought Magneto needed Wolverine, right? Wolverine for his plan, but he needed Rogue because Rogue has a healing factor, a healing ability, right? So he needed Rogue. So Mystique tricks Rogue into leaving the mansion, and she goes to the train station, and which is Union Station in real life. Our neck of the woods, blinded. uh, and they,
Yeah, this movie was filmed in Toronto.
yeah, yes, it was, yes. And obviously, the Brotherhood came there to retrieve Rogue, so the X Men was there to stop him, and that's where you see the police have their guns pointed at Magneto. Obviously, Magneto with the his powers is able to turn their guns around and point them at the police. But then you see Sabretooth's hand grab Magneto's neck, and obviously that was mind control by Xavier, right? Xavier, because Xavier obviously cannot mind control Magneto because Magneto's wearing the helmet. Because in the X-Men, those movies, Magneto kind of helped create Cerebus. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, right. And they do manage to get Rogue. I forget how they get Rogue. And then they have to go to the Statue of Liberty. The X-Men, they take down the Brotherhood. And they take down Magneto. Um, I think it was the Statue of Liberty. Oh yeah, they test Magneto tests this experiment out on the Senator Kelly, turning him into a mutant. Unfortunately, when he arrived to the manor, the Xavier's manor, because he's the only one that can explain this. They could go to, right? Because obviously, if once he becomes a mutant, the people turn on him. So the only people could go to is Xavier, and they put him
Hmm.
into the the lab room into the where Jean could check on him because there's some all right because Magneto was able to turn human into a mutant.
Hmm.
But what something wrong? Magneto did not see something. Did not Magneto did not see something, right? Unfortunately, Senator Kelly died, right? Senator Kelly died. So if Magneto went with this plan, the X-Men knew if Magneto went with this plan, turning people into mutants, they're going to turn to mutants, yes, but they're not going to last very long. They're not going to live very long. They're going to end up dying, like Senator Kelly. Senator Kelly, and and they stop Magneto, right? Uh, Sabretooth died, Toad dies, but Mystique survives. And also at the end, Miss Seneca seems alive, but it's really Mystique because Mystique is pretending to be Senator Kelly too, right?
Mhm.
Um, that was X-Men 1. And right? So that's X-Men 1. How much do you remember X-Men 2? Uh, hey George.
Yeah, I was. Oh, what's up, George? Yeah, this one, I again, I remember some stuff more than the first one, but it's more the third movie I do have like a better grasp on. Like I said, I really
Oh,
have to rewatch these
the
movies.
bad one? The bad one?
Yeah, the bad one. Well, as a kid, I didn't really think it was bad, but yeah, that's the one everybody doesn't like.
That's true. That's true. Hey George, what's up, man?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Okay. So X2, that's X-Men United, right? Arguably one of the best
Yes.
Marvel movies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. One of the better X-Men movies.
Okay.
One of the better than a lot of the MCU movies actually.
Okay. So we got a new villain. Well, Magneto was still around. We got a new villain, Stryker, right?
Hmm.
Stryker, Brian Cox's character, Stryker, right? And also they introduced the Lady Deathstrike, right?
Right.
Right. Um, Now Stryker has a personal vendetta against, if I remember, Professor Xavier, uh, because Stryker's son, I forget his name, was in a catatonic state or something, or but it didn't seem like he was in that state of mind because he was just using a power memory when he kidnapped Xavier. When they kidnapped Xavier, also uh, Magneto was in prison. Also, yeah, also they introduced a couple new X-Men characters. We got Pyro was introduced, right? Pyro was introduced. The flamethrower, the fire, uh, fire. Also, I think Colossus wasn't really part of the X-Men. Colossus, I think Colossus was in that episode protecting the students because I remember, if you remember correctly, the mansion got raided by Stryker's forces, forcing
Hmm.
forcing the X Men to flee the mansion. Is Wolverine manages escapes with Rogue and Bobby and Pyro, but I believe at the time Storm and Jean Grey were not at the manor. I believe they were out to go get Nightcrawler because if you remember in the beginning, Nightcrawler apparently. Well, he wasn't on his control. Remember, he was teleporting inside to the White House, right into the Oval Office. Remember that, because remember, Stryker had was able to put this thing on the mutants' backs, where he makes him do what he tells him to do. And Magneto got it. I think Deathstrike had it. Cyclops had it, and Nightcrawler had it. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I remember from the movie, how he had the mutants under the control.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then and then now yeah, and then obviously the X Men had to save Professor Xavier, and they had to team up for Magneto, right? They had to team up with Magneto and Mystique, and at the end, Pyro eventually joins Mystique and Magneto, and at the end, you see Jean Grey uh, showing some, Jean Grey showing what her power is capable of. Signs of the Phoenix, right?
Hmm.
And that's now since George, do you remember anything from X-Men 1, X-Men 2 that you want that stands out to you?
I think X2 I think stands out more than X1 for me. Like I said, I think it's one of the better comic book movies out there. It was like one of the first times you saw like the heroes and villains team up. Actually, no, it was like the second time because I mean Blade 2, like Blade working with the vampires was kind of the first time.
Hmm.
So this was like one
Mm.
of those rare, but it was still like one of the rare things to see at the time. And the scene where like Wolverine's taking down Stryker's men and the
Yeah.
in the mansion is still one of the best Wolverine scenes on film. Still to this day, I mean, the movie's 21 years old, and I think it actually has aged better than a lot of other comic book movies have. Just based on the themes, the action, even the special effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll get to the third movie.
Also, the stuff with Pyro at like Bobby Drake's house, like those special effects still look really good to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lighter with them. Now we'll get to X3, and one we'll probably really talk about. The well, one's not a good movie. First off, I think we all agree it was not that good.
I
So,
mean,
but
it's
most
not the
people
worst
remember.
comic book movie. Worst movies have come
No,
out throughout the years.
it's one of the worst
Okay,
X
well,
Men.
okay. Since it's been a very long time, I remember as a kid. Okay, the beginning of this movie, like him, was it Angel?
Angels in the X3. Yes, he was.
Yes, and he's cutting his wings. Was he not?
I think
What was going
so.
on in the beginning of the movie? Because that
It's
creeped
been
me
a,
out as a kid.
See, it's been a long time since I've seen Last Stand. I rarely watch it because I like the first two a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really need to rewatch these to do this because yeah, it's been such a long time. Like we're talking more than 15 years. So
I mean,
I was
I
like a
recently
kid.
rewatched X Men United back in January. The first X Men 2 years ago. So I mean, they're recent for me, at least the first two.
Mhm.
hmm Now this movie is about Phoenix. All right, this is the first the rise of the Phoenix. Jean Grey's character. She survives, right? At the end of X2, okay. And now, obviously, when you go Phoenix, it corrupts you. Obviously, Cyclops gets the word that Phoenix has arrived. They find out that Jean Grey is alive. He goes after to find Jean Grey, finds her, but obviously Jean Grey is not in control. And yeah, Cyclops is wiped off the face of the earth, dead, dead, because but he just because he had to do Superman by the same director, I believe. No, X3 was X3 still Bryan Singer?
No, it's not. It's what's that guy? He's pretty much canceled now.
They're all
What's
canceled.
yeah, he got canceled because he was like buddies with the head of WB and he was doing some shady stuff. I want to say Brett Ratner's his name.
Oh, Brett Ratner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Brett Ratner. And that's because yeah, so he was in it. Cyclops was in it for a little bit, but he went to join Bryan Singer and doing a Superman with
right.
turtles. Yeah.
There was a lose lose situation.
It was.
Man, we got like a bad X Men movie. We got a disappointing Superman movie.
Oh, no wonder
There's
we're not
really
getting.
no. They should have just done X3 and then do Superman, but
No wonder we're not going to get a Rush Hour 4. It's Brett Ratner filmed
yeah.
it.
Well, I think they
Yeah.
might do a hit without him because it's not like he's all that special.
Yeah. So that's why Cyclops killed him off early. I mean, in an ideal world, in an ideal X-Men movie with Jean Grey going down that road, becoming Phoenix, you really need Cyclops alive for story, for
Yeah.
like to make sense. Uh, um, I know some people. That's one. A lot of people did not like that they killed off Cyclops, even if he was still in the movie, man. Like, yeah, people are saying, "Oh, but he had to go film for a Superman Returns," but he was still had time to film for this movie. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's not an excuse, man. And I know they came out the same year. Yes, they Superman. I know they came out the same year. Both came out 2006. Guess what? Actors have movies come out the same year all the time. Okay, and film it on the same time. Actors just don't film a movie and then take a break. Sometimes they film, they're done with their scenes, and they go to their next movie that's in production to do their scenes. So I think he could have just. I don't know. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. They just wanted to
I
kill him
think they
off.
were planning to kill him regardless.
Maybe.
Like once
This-
Brett Ratner came on, I think they were gonna kill him.
but that early in the film, man,
Yeah.
that's one also. The problem with this X-Men universe, these first three movies. I mean, I like X-Men 2, I like X-Men 1. I did not like X-Men 3, but they gave some major characters to X-Men. They did not make them serious threats. Lady Deathstrike was just a minion. Juggernaut was a dumb idiot. Mystique was just a number one henchman. You get my point? Like,
Yeah.
Although that Mystique was better than the one we would get in the newer movies.
well, at least Jennifer Lawrence did stuff in the first two movies.
But it's like I feel like after that it was kind of like she phoned it in. It looked like Rebecca Roman should at least have fun with the role.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it looked good. I think Juggernaut in Deadpool 2 was much better than the one we got with Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And Lady Deathstrike. Well, I don't know about Lady Deathstrike and other stuff because we haven't seen her live action besides X-Men 2, but she was just under Stryker's control. And Lady Deathstrike has a whole backstory with Wolverine and whatever. They didn't do a very good job besides making Magneto a major threat, making, I guess, Stryker kind of a major threat in a way, and also, obviously, the Phoenix. But the other big X-Men characters, I don't necessarily mean a major threat, but like more for them to do, more dangerous. Not like the biggest, not major, but like Mystique. Mystique should be really some second in charge, really, and Lady Deathstrike should not be mind control. I mean, they could have picked any mutant for that role, and then Lady Deathstrike. The only reason I say they picked Lady Deathstrike because she's very similar to Wolverine in terms of their the claws, right? Right. I think that's what they picked. Stryker has a connection to Wolverine in that sense, right? That's if it wasn't Stryker as a villain, I probably don't think they would use Lady Deathstrike. But that's the only connection I can make. Is what is the reason why they put Lady Deathstrike in that as Stryker's number one henchman is because Stryker in the comics has connection to Wolverine, and Wolverine has the claws, right, coming out of his knuckles, and Lady Deathstrike Lady Deathstrike doesn't necessarily have claws coming out of her knuckles. Her hands are legitimately claws,
Yeah,
right?
it's like her hands.
Yeah, and that's because in the comics she's what they call a reaver. She makes herself that's what she does. She's cybernetic robot parts, right? Kind of like you know what the movie Logan did with the bad guys, right? That's Deathstrike comes from that in the comics. That's what she is in the comics. She's cybernetic, right? Like those people in Logan, right? The villains in Logan, right? She was human, obviously, but that's not the reason that. The reason is because I guess it just wants somebody to go toe to toe with Wolverine that has claws. If it wasn't Stryker, I don't know if they have the Deathstrike. I don't know. I mean, I just thought of that now, honestly. Like when I was talking about it, like with you guys just now, I just thought, oh my god, that's probably the reason why. Maybe the grass could back me up. I mean, like I think the grass is busy this weekend.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would bring her in.
Yeah. And look. You would think they might want to like. I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad idea if they brought her in the Logan part of the Reavers, make it a little bit more personal. But I don't know if she has a mortal life, even if she's a Reaver, but she's still technically human. I've been right. I don't know, but that's Logan, man. Now, obviously, like, well, she might be back in Deadpool. We don't know. We certainly know that some of the characters are in Deadpool. I think we did see her in Deadpool. That picture. I think she's in Deadpool. And Wolverine. When we from the helmet, right? And Ant-Man's helmet.
Yes.
She was in there, right? Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, she's in there, along with along with Toad, Sabretooth, not Liv Schreiber. Yeah. So they are making a comeback. These characters. In some capacity, don't expect being there for like 10 minutes. I don't expect him being that long anyway. I don't know about you guys.
No, I don't expect the appearances to
Yeah.
be that long. I mean, it's focused mostly on Deadpool Wolverine. So,
I think we'll get a few of them though.
I mean, I already know Pyro's gonna be in the movie because we saw him in
Yeah.
like the first trailer.
Hmm.
Toad.
By the Ant Man head, like you see like a few other like smaller villains
Hmm.
from the movies appearing. Like they're probably like minions just pulled from different universes. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna be like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Electro from No Way Home probably.
No, the thing is, the difference is
Which honestly they don't need to be.
the thing
I
is the
just
way
want
they
a good
built
movie.
the thing is the way they build up the Spider-Man villains. They were the main villains of the film. These characters
Yeah.
weren't really the main villains of the film.
So honestly, it's like as long as it's a good movie, I
Yeah.
can because I never really even in the good movies I never really cared about some of these villains. I mean, the Pyro stuff in X Men United intrigued me because it was like a student of Charles that seemed to like believe more so what Magneto did. Like I liked that concept. So like that's the one appearance I am a little excited to see because I did like that character and like how his small arc went.
Yeah, yeah. And I like Kelsey Grammer's Beast. I mean, I think if I had to say a couple positives, I think Kelsey Grammer's Beast was a positive in Last Stand. No, in Last Stand.
Mm.
Probably one of the more underrated castings in a comic
Yeah.
book movie. I feel like it doesn't get talked enough about how good he was in that role.
Hmm.
Like that was the highlight of the Marvels for me. The seeing him in that mid credit scene,
Yeah.
that was the highlight for me. And
I
my
think,
mom who saw the Deadpool movies, saw the prequel X-Men movies like First Class, Days of Future Past. She didn't see the original X-Men movies. Like she had no idea about like the Kelsey Grammer Beast stuff. So I was like, "Oh, that's Beast from the original X-Men movies. Kelsey
yeah.
Grammer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because like she saw like that was like the first time I was excited throughout the whole movie.
Damn.
Eh, And then we had also introduced in that movie was what's her name now? The Canadian girl, the Canadian who transitioned.
Oh, well now
Elliot
Elliot Page, yes.
Elliot Page as
back
Yeah.
then
Lady Bride.
back then it was Ellen Page, but
And
now it's
Yeah,
Page.
Elliot Page.
Yes.
yeah. She was she was Kitty Pride, right? She was Kitty Pride,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
she?
Kitty
Yes.
Pryde.
Goes through the walls, right? They did not introduce. They did not have Jubilee in that.
No, they never had Jubilee.
They
Yeah.
introduced Jubilee in the other X Men movies.
In Apocalypse.
Yes, they introduced Jubilee, but they never had her in those movies. Other characters, they never had Gambit either,
Yeah. No Gambit.
uh, which is kind of weird. Like when I was watching those movies, I'm like, why is there no Gambit?
Gambit. Yeah, because I was saying Gambit was supposed to be in the third X-Men movie, but Bryan
Yeah,
Singer left, and so they just cut him out of the script.
who was it supposed to be? Channing Tatum or
Yes. No,
okay,
yeah, it was supposed to be Channing Tatum.
and then he was gonna get his own solo, right?
No, he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't gonna get his solo movie until later.
Later, yeah.
Yeah.
They introduced him in Wolverine with a different actor.
Yeah, that actor instead, and so they were gonna give Channing Tatum that role in X-Men
Yeah,
Origin, but
yeah.
they gave it to I forget that actor's name.
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch. Yeah. What happened to that guy? He just fucking disappeared.
Uh, Let me see. Yeah, you mean he was a John Carter, right? Too.
Yeah, he was in John Carter, and that
Oh,
flopped.
He Taylor Kitsch. He kind of did disappear. Yeah, he didn't exactly blow up to become a major movie star. He was
Yeah.
successful.
Remember
He was,
Battleship?
yeah. 21 Bridges. He was
oh
in.
my goodness, Battleship.
His
They're
his
trying
he
to
was
they're trying to make that like Transformers, but it failed
he was
Yeah.
a
miserably.
success. He was a success off the football show, Friday Night Lights, right? That was a very
Oh yeah, I remember my mom used to watch that show.
yeah. So he's doing something called American Primal. Primalville. Don't know what that is. Um, It's a Netflix show, a Netflix Western show. Doesn't
Hmm.
seem as a release date or anything. It's 2BA. Last thing he was in a show called Painkiller. Painkiller. Uh,
Hmm.
I haven't heard of it till now. It's on what show? What network is it on? Netflix. It's on Netflix. Painkiller. He was on the Terminal list. That's the Chris Pratt Amazon show. When Chris Pratt's trying to be a very serious actor.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes, he's doing I guess miniseries shows right now. And his last movie was 21 Bridges, and that was in
Right.
2019. Yeah, his movies career has exactly.
Gone
Uh,
anywhere after all
yeah,
those bombs.
Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. He was Gambit. Oh, it's Remy LeBeau, whatever. It's LeBeau, right? Yeah, it's French. It's
Hmm.
LeBeau. Uh, yeah, yeah. And then yeah. Then after that, Channing Tatum was supposed to get his own movie. I remember that. That never happened. Obviously, now he's rumored to be playing Gambit in the Deadpool Wolverine movie. This is a cameo.
That's a rumor now.
I don't know. So yeah, let's pretend it's a rumor just for now. Just sort of hell of it. Ryan Reynolds will like to do stuff. They like to do stuff
Well,
like
I
that.
hope. I mean, that would be cool, but
Now, like Taylor Swift. I mean, deadline. She's not in it. Says she's not in it. Whatever. I don't care. I don't want. If Taylor Swift was in it, I don't want her playing a major character anyway. And
man, it's talking about Taylor Swift is so annoying now. Holy. It's like
wait till the
everything
football
Taylor
season.
Swift.
Yo,
Oh God.
politics are even about Taylor Swift now. It's like,
Taylor Swift. I guarantee. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Taylor Swift ran for presidency. I think she would win.
Jeez.
It's my
better,
real
better.
hot take.
Listen, she'd be better than the orange guy. So
Oh no.
no, it's the truth. It's the truth. That's
Blake
the sad truth.
Blake Lively is supposed to be rumored to be playing Lady Deadpool.
No, that doesn't even. There's okay. This is what I heard. It's
I right.
the girlfriend that's I forget her name. Vanessa is her name, and
That
the
would make
character.
more sense.
Carlisle.
Yeah, yeah.
What's her
She's
more?
Lady Deadpool.
Then why is everybody saying Blake? It's because Blake Lively is his.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they say that stuff because
I haven't seen Blake Lively do one action movie once. Like she actually does stuff as an action, like a.
She does some. She does some movies here and there, but yeah, she's not a
Yeah, she
great
doesn't.
actor anyway.
No. I agree with you. She's not exactly a great actress. She's great to look at. She's beautiful, but
Yeah, but she's not a good actor. That's the
see, I
thing.
remember she was
no.
like in like some of those teen movies in the 2000s. My sister used to watch.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, she's only 36. Wow, I thought she was older than that because she's been around for like almost 2 decades. I thought she was older than 36.
Mm.
Nah, she's around my sister's age. My sister's a couple years younger than her.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I guess I don't know because the rumors are the reason why people say, "Oh, Taylor Swift's gonna be a Deadpool," because there was pics of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman with Taylor Swift at the football games because
Yeah,
Taylor
they're
Swift.
probably they're probably friends. But like that's
Of
probably friends
course,
hanging
they
out.
all have connections. Yeah, doesn't mean they're exactly in the film. Okay, like okay. First of all, most musicians cannot act. There's some really good ones.
Taylor Swift cannot act for shit.
Oh yeah,
Have you
she's
seen
not
her
Lady
in
Gaga.
movies?
Yeah, I seen her
Yeah,
movies.
she's really bad. Like, what was that last movie she was in? It became a meme. Her scene when they throw her under the bus and they run over her. That shit is hilarious. It's like, holy
Oh yeah,
shit.
here you go, blinded.
What movie was that? Oh yeah, thanks, Blue Jay, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I, she's she's not Lady Gaga. Okay,
Well,
Lady Gaga.
could someone tell me what that movie was? It has John David Washington in it.
Mm-hmm.
What's that movie? God damn. It was like people are hyping it up.
Oh, it's not. Let me look. Let me look at it.
It's like a 2022 movie.
2022, so it's not that old. Okay. 2022. Is it Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, yeah. Yeah, that scene. You guys gotta watch that scene where they push her under the
Yeah.
car and then she just like opens up her mouth when she gets run over and you're like, what the hell? This looks so bad. Who did this? Oh man. That movie is a reason why they should Taylor Swift should never act.
The singers, they don't need to get lessons or anything. I mean, they don't need to go through multiple lessons. They don't need to go school training for acting. Dude, learning to act is different than learning to sing. Two different things.
Yeah. Well, they
Okay.
also are trying to make Taylor Swift into a director too, and you're like,
Yeah, but directing movies is different than you know, she's not even directing than concerts, stuff like that. Like what? Why would he name me one singer who directs movies?
I don't know. She's not gonna be a director though. Like I
No.
was like they, I don't know. I hate like it seems like all these like people who are not directors want to direct, and it's just like,
I feel like all these people just want to get on a Taylor train, Taylor Swift's hype train. Like that's not stopping anytime soon right now because it just keeps on going and going. Taylor Swift's popularity,
yeah,
she's right, and if you're in bed with Taylor Swift, oh, that's good for you. That's good for your career. Like
You
what?
know, speaking of Taylor Swift, I'll never forget someone when we were in middle school. I guess like it was like the year, it was like back in like 2010, 2011. I don't even know if he still has the video. I remember this person, and I don't even know where the video, if the video was on Facebook or YouTube. He made a video about all the stuff that he hated. He like made like had a segment about why he hated Taylor Swift, hated her smile, her teeth. It was
Huh.
just the funniest thing. It was like,
Taylor
this guy was like 13, 14 years old, like doing this. I
Taylor
was like,
Swift
dude,
Taylor
hey,
Swift
it's,
well, Taylor
he
Swift
that's
was ahead
funny.
of the times.
Taylor Swift was
Yeah, he
not
was.
organic, right? Taylor Swift was not organic. It was manufactured. Her growth was all manufactured. She did not struggle like most
Yeah.
most musicians,
Well, because her
right?
dad owned the record fucking
Yeah,
company, and they bought her
nepotism,
fucking
man.
yeah, like they bought her albums. It's just like, man,
hmm Miley Cyrus too, man. Look at her dad.
yeah,
Cyrus,
it's
look at Selena Gomez. She came from nothing. Selena Gomez came from a different became popular in different directions. She was not manufactured. She got popular, okay, and but yeah, well, I don't. She shouldn't be in the movie. It's Ali. It's I don't. I think people assume that the Blake Lively is in it because it's Ryan's wife. So what? Lady Deadpool.
I think most people know nothing about this movie
I agree.
because it's like they
I,
haven't leaked anything. Like, what's
I feel like after No Way Home, they're do Marvel doesn't want any leaks.
yeah, but this is like the first time. Like last
Well,
year, they leaked X-Men was in the Marvels. They were leaking a bunch of stuff last year.
well,
That's good. That's
they're
good
This
to
technically
see.
year,
they're technically
this
kind of
year,
right though.
they no leaker has gotten anything right.
Oh, one's getting
Like,
sued, man, or maybe getting
yeah,
sued.
the Can We Have Some Toast?
Oh, if I was, if,
They should
Hey,
go after My Time to Shine. I can't stand My Time to Shine.
yo, can I just say this about leaks? The leaker that leaked the Flash movie 2 years ago. Props to that person because they got the plot right.
Mm,
Yo, and by the
no, you could
way,
get
happy anniversary to the Flash.
you could get the
yeah,
plot. You could get the plot out before the actual movies happened before. I've seen it happen before. Like simply the scripts do get leaked. I saw it with Endgame. And I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly how the movie happened.
No, it's just annoying that people still think My Time to Shine is a legit scooper or something.
Here's the thing: if my time to
Yeah.
shine really worked with Marvel, can't Marvel actually really go after her? Like seriously, really go after her?
I
She really
hope at
worked.
this point they go after her. But speaking of leakers, I know this has nothing to do with movies, but this is still like leak culture. I'm not sure if you guys may have heard this. But there's a dude who was like a famous Sega and Nintendo leaker. Well, I should say she was a famous Nintendo
What,
Sega leader
son?
who got outed as a man. They were
Oh, I heard
pretending to
about this.
be, yeah, they were pretending to be this
I
Japanese woman and
yes,
have all
yes.
these simps and it was just absolutely
It
crazy. Like,
reminds me of that one time where when the Snyder called this was a man the whole time.
yeah, that one is always still funny to me.
Yeah.
That story where it's just like what are people like I don't understand why do they do this, like why do they like hype up these like women, simp to them, and then it turns out they're dudes, like hell, man, like, and then like there's people denying, oh, I'm not a simp, I never did any of that. It's like, dude, like, here you
You're
are
like you're
asking
like
for,
you're like yucking it up with this person. Like,
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so weird, so
yeah. I
bizarre.
heard about that. The Sega Nintendo leaker it turned out to be a man the whole time.
Yeah, and it's just bizarre. It's so bizarre. Like, and the thing is, like, they got exposed too because some of their leaks were not true because they were using like a document, like some leaked document to like get all these leaks right, and then for whatever reason they started making up lies to like further their leaks because they ran out of leaks. So this is why I don't trust leakers at all. They're just a bunch of clowns who want clout. They want attention. They'll pretend to be women if they need to. Like, they're just weirdos. Like, what?
Yeah, see
Oh my
that's
God.
see see that's the thing.
hello, boys.
They had like a Discord, and then they were
Look at
telling
this.
people when people are
My
asking,
time to
"Hey, could I
shine.
get your personal Discord?" And they're like, "I have a boyfriend." What the hell? Like, like this is
I like.
some weirdo
I'm like
shit.
this. I like Daniel RPK. Marvel supposedly not looking for a director to helm Project Manhunt. I'm telling you, Midnight Suns movie is not gonna happen until Ghost Rider's round. I'm sorry.
I don't even think they're gonna do all that stuff. I think by time,
And
I
Jordan
mean, I think
Peele
they
and
might as
people
well cancel it.
and these people say Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele was in talks to X-Men, and that's
Yeah,
what he was there for. Not
it's over. It's over, man.
It's
They
Joe
just gotta
over.
just focus on the
Marvel
stuff
is
he already
officially announced
announced.
official Marvel podcast. Marvel stars and creators will be on the podcast with exclusives and surprise talk comics, games, films, TV shows, and more. First of all, Marvel Studios doesn't do games anymore. Okay, so why would they talk about games? And most of the cast, Marvel cast, don't even know the comics of Marvel. Okay,
Yeah, I mean because I think they've been like rebranding because they rebranded Marvel Comics. Now it looks like the
see,
Marvel Studios
this is
logo.
the difference. This is why I have more faith in DC. James Gunn, I think he hires comic book fans. I think he's hired people that are into comics.
Well, he's
Okay,
always
Yeah,
posting pictures of comics. He's
yeah,
always like, "Hey, this
no,
is what this comic's about.
he's
Happy
hiring
anniversary."
people. He's think the Marvel Studios. The problem with Marvel Studios. I know the shows are not the shows and movies are not exactly like the comics. You can't exactly make everything like the comics, but they never really
mhm,
go to comic book creators and writers for influence. Where James Gunn, for help, right? James Gunn, Hal has been part of the creative team, the creative team has actual comic book writers in the creative team, like Tom King, for example.
mhm.
That's the difference. And oh yeah, Venom: The Last Stand. Canal is sending the army after Venom as he needs him to execute a secret master plan. That's not what's happening in the movie. Those creatures are not symbiotes. Okay? Those creatures you see in the trailer are not symbiotes. Those creatures are there to kill the symbiotes, not go. You're not. No, it's the god of symbiotes, right?
Right.
Why would he send creatures to go out and kill symbiotes? He's not there. Those creatures. I'm pretty sure those creatures are against the symbiotes. Oh,
Yeah,
also
we'll see,
no.
I guess.
No will not appear in Venom 3. Sony wants him as their ultimate villain for the spin-off verse, so they're keeping him in the crossover event.
I'm sure they are. Who said that?
Dino RPK. One
Oh
problem.
God.
No, my time to shine. My time to shine.
Oh,
One problem. What?
That's even worse.
Doesn't.
yeah.
But my crossover event doesn't make sense. When Madam Mab is in a different universe. What the hell are you
I
talking
bet.
about?
I bet. Null never shows up. That's my guess.
I'm sorry, but like, what crossover event with what universe? With the Sony universe, the Spider-Man besides the Tom Holland one, because that's MCU technically. It's all confusing. It's in disarray. Like, what the hell? What are you? Yeah, seriously, make it make sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Oops.
Yeah, I did. Kenneth Branagh. Oh my god, man. Norman Osborn Octavius to be introduced in his film or new trilogy.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you will.
Rumor villains to appear in Spider-Man 4. Scorpion, Tombstone, Prowler, Shocker.
Hmm.
What a lackluster team, huh? Scorpion, Tombstone, Prowler, Shocker.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bunch of henchmen.
Shocker again?
Shocker is useless. Just
What the-
I mean, if you do Tombstone like you did him in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, you can actually do something good with Tombstone.
Shocker is not a main villain, though. He's not a main villain kind of character.
Yeah, but they did Shocker already. Why?
I know. Well, he's not. He can still be in prison. He's not dead. He's in prison. So Scorpion.
Well, one of the first guy he died. The other guy.
No, the guy who took. Oh, the guy who took out the guy that died is not Herman Schultz. It's
Right.
It's the newer the guy that took on Shocker. That's Herman Schultz. The Shocker. They just waistband him. That's all.
Right.
That's it. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's all they did.
I don't know. That's pretty lame. They should just. Why are they refusing to put Scorpion in there?
Just make it Scorpion.
Make Scorpion.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I don't mind the Tombstone thing because you can actually do something special with Tombstone, like the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. Maybe he's introduced as like a rival to Kingpin in the movie, and he's creating the Scorpion. Because in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, like Tombstone funded the creation of villain, well, with help from Oscorp, created the villains like Rhino and Sandman. So like I wouldn't be surprised if they borrowed that concept, which I would be fine with because Spectacular Spider-Man was an awesome cartoon, and Tombstone sending Hammerhead to work with Norman Osborn to create supervillains was actually one of the cool concepts. Unfortunately, it was a concept that was not executed well in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
This rumor I find bullshit. Marvel Studio will reportedly want West Ball, Kingdom Planet Apes, and obviously the Zelda movie to direct Young Avengers. The movie is set to begin filming in 2025 and released during Phase 6. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet. They still have a lot to do to introduce Young Avenger characters first.
Just cancel it.
You can't. Here's the problem. You can't announce movies. Marvel cannot announce movies for future characters until the characters appear first in an upcoming project or film. That's going to come out very, very soon. Like, for example, you can't say You can't announce Young Avengers. Well, actually, you can't announce Young Avengers until you see Iron. Okay, for example. Okay, after Ironheart's out, even though we got her Black Panther, but my case is when you get Ironheart's out, and then other characters who they say is gonna be Young Avengers until we get to see them, then you can announce Young Avengers. You cannot announce Young Avengers ahead of time.
I think they should just scrap Young Avengers. Who cares?
I agree.
Because if that's a movie, I ain't gonna watch that movie. I don't give a crap.
Yo, you know what I think? I think Young Avengers is gonna be the MCU's version of Birds of Prey. It's gonna flop harder than the Marvels.
Yeah.
Also, in the Zelda movie, right? He's gonna do the Zelda movie. Like, start filming 2025. When are they gonna do the Zelda movie? We're gonna start filming the Zelda movie.
Probably next year.
Yeah. So, remember, Remember how many times it said, "Oh, Sam Raimi's going to direct Secret Wars," and then this director's going to
Yeah.
direct Secret Wars. Now Sean Levy's the leading candidate. They don't have
Where-
no clue.
No,
Yeah,
no
they
one
don't got
knows
no
who's
clue.
directing what.
Yeah.
Well, they said that they're gonna start filming Avengers 5 by the end of this year, but I highly doubt that. I think it's gonna get pushed back until next year, like late next year. They'll start filming. Because I just think Marvel. Because also, did you guys catch that Marvel when they announced uh that Blade was gonna get another rewrite? They said that
Yeah.
they're gonna now put out
The-
2 movies a year. No, no, I
yeah,
didn't
I
see
read
people
that. I read that in the article.
say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because and that's just stupid, right? Because we were saying that it's like they kept saying, no, we're gonna put out 3 movies a year, and you're like, yeah, but you were just doing that, and you said it was too much. So why not just put 2 movies out a year? I would say honestly, some years 2 movies, and other years 1 movie. Like they don't need to pile this on. Like we don't like Marvel. I just think some of these movies they have in development, no one cares about them. Like just do X-Men, do Shang-Chi 2, don't do Young Avengers. Don't forget about Blade. Forget like just put Blade in Midnight Suns. Like if you can't come up with the story, then maybe he's just better as a supporting character. Like
This is
we
a
still don't
random.
have a Hulk movie. So it's like, does Blade really need a movie?
Now
I
I
don't
don't.
think so.
This is another rumor. Secret Wars will have Doom as a major villain. Kang will play the same role as Monica Rambeau.
Oh
I don't believe that
God.
for a second.
I don't believe that for a second either.
Especially
Who
Doctor
came up
Doom.
with that bullshit?
Um,
Who said that?
Holyfield M5. Heard of him?
Yeah. No, but he's another freaking liar. There's no
Yeah.
way Doctor Doom is going to be in Secret Wars. If he is, he's not the main villain.
You gotta introduce him real quickly right now, man. You gotta do it right, very very soon, right? He doesn't have to be a major villain, but he could play like a role. But you have to introduce him Phase 5. Okay,
Yeah, he needs to just
Doctor
yeah,
Doom.
do Doctor Doom after Secret Wars. Like people are acting like I
Yeah,
get it. Secret Wars, like the 2015, he was like heavily involved in, but you know
it's
that's
not that.
from like years and years
It's
of
not gonna be
buildup,
exactly
right?
like 2015. Like Captain America: Civil
Yeah,
War was not like Civil War at all. It wasn't like close to that.
yeah, and Secret Wars, there's different Secret Wars, so I don't understand why. I mean, yeah, it will probably happen the same way as the 2015 one, but it's not gonna be you know, like identical.
Also, Doctor Doom is a villain. Marvel could not afford to screw up.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's always one of the most popular villains, and could be arguably the Marvel's greatest villain if they did him right. I mean, you got Thanos and Loki, but Loki is kind of a, I guess you could say he's kind of a hero now. Uh, he's in that realm. He's somebody you cannot screw up, especially like he can't be worse than 2015 Doctor Doom, and
Hmm.
also there's other. I just don't think like I just don't think he's going to be. If they're going to introduce him, it might be Fantastic Four and credit scene, but I don't know if they're going to if he can play a major role in Secret Wars.
Hmm.
I don't know. And this also, like Deadpool might determine some stuff for Secret Wars, right?
Hmm.
Right? Maybe TVA, stuff like that. What else is there? Like I don't know. It's just nobody has. They don't really. The Scoopers don't really have a clue of what's going on.
No, they don't have these scoopers. Like, when are they gonna go away? They just ruined the movie. They got
Here's the
crappy
thing.
leaks. Like,
Here's the thing: these scoopers, they took advantage of COVID, the pandemic. Like that, I never knew what a scooper was until shutdown, because it was like we had no real movie news or anything to go by for like a while, and then like these
mhm,
scoopers start pulling this stuff out. And here's the thing: I think because a lot of the No Way Home scoops turned out true, people believe scoops no matter what nowadays, which
Yeah.
is dumb, which is just idiotic. Because Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had a ton of scoops, and a lot of those scoops turned out wrong.
Well, here's the thing. You know what? You know why the Scoopers, I think, got right on No Way Home? They forgot one thing. Marvel and Sony announced Doctor Octopus is returning. They announced
Mm,
that. When you announce that, that whole whips a can of worms. Oh yeah, he's coming, he's coming back. You're gonna get Andrew Garfield, you're gonna get Tobey Maguire. So that just opens up the can of worms. I guarantee you, if they didn't say anything about Doctor Octopus, it probably wouldn't be as talked as much.
But it was also like Jamie Foxx's Electro coming back, and
And they announced that too.
Doctor Strange getting cast in the movie because it's
Yeah,
like,
and that too. Yeah.
oh,
So
like that, like
yeah, Marvel and Sony basically announcing that. Yeah, they didn't announce any of that. Uh, I don't think it would be. I don't think they'd get anything right. So the Marvel Sony kind of gave him an out in that in that way. But why the Scoopers have gone right lately? I don't know. None of them.
no, they're just saying. I check like the subreddit sometimes.
Mhm.
Sorry, and they're not. There's like I'm like, oh, there's really no leaks. Like Deadpool comes out in like again like a month and a half, and they're not really saying much. So that tells me, I mean, what we were saying. Degrassi even said this. I don't think anybody knows what's going on with this movie, and uh, I don't know. I have a feeling like it's gonna do well, but I just feel like it's gonna be like Doctor Strange. That's my prediction. Like I think a lot of people have this idea of what the movie is, and it's not gonna be that way, even if it is decent or just okay. Because like I said, these Marvel fans, I feel like they got really crazy expectations, and that's what's been holding back the movies is that
see,
they got to cater to those expectations.
I'm worried because let's just say the movie like has a good plot and it turns out very good, but then it like let's just say like the cameos that people were expecting were not in the movie, even though they weren't needed for the movie. Because we just want a good movie regardless of who's in it.
Right.
You're going to hear a lot of fans whining, even if this movie, let's just say, has like a 85 or 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. People are saying this is one of the best MCU movies, not just post Endgame, but just of all time. But then you hear the fans whining and saying there was no Professor X or Magneto or all of this. We were gypped. Screw the we thought we were going to get No Way Home Deadpool style. It's like, dude,
Well,
cool your rocker. Just enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like if you don't like the movie, then don't whine about it.
they're gonna.
Don't ruin it for the people that accept that it wasn't a big crazy event thing. It sounds like it's going to be an event, but I don't think it's going to be a big event thing.
Yeah,
It's like you
even the predictions that are being put out, like it just like okay, 200 to 230 for a rated R movie. The biggest opening for a rated R movie is the original Deadpool at 136. So I mean, there hasn't really been much, and I know a lot of people are anticipating this movie. I would say 180. 180 seems very likely, but maybe it could
the
hit
Wolverine,
200.
the Wolverine being in the movie gives it a bump, and then in his Marvel MCU studio movie gives
Well,
it a bump.
I think
It
it
helped,
I think it being a Marvel Studios movie gives it a bigger bump, and
even though
yeah, it's essentially Deadpool 3 with Wolverine, so that is a pretty big
also
deal.
the guys are not here, but yeah, we got the Deadpool daddies. We're complaining they can't take the kids to see this movie
Oh
because we
man.
are. What? You shouldn't take your kids. You shouldn't take your kids to see the Marvel movies either. Not really meant for kids either.
I guarantee
Young
the
kids.
Deadpool. I guarantee the Deadpool daddies, like when their kids are sleeping or not around, they sneak Deadpool on TV for themselves.
I'm
Mm,
sorry, but like the Marvel movies are not for kids either. But they go see them. I mean, they're for older
well, they're
kids, obviously.
PG-13, so
Yeah, but the problem is sometimes don't act
But
like
it's
it.
like here's the thing: some of them do get away with having like a joke or two that is clearly not for kids.
Hmm.
right.
So like that like people need to cool their horses. Well, then again, like I heard the stories of how parents were flipping out about Batman Returns when that came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of adult things in Batman Returns. I mean, for goodness sakes, Penguin ripped off someone's nose and wanted to show Catwoman a flipper trick.
Here's the thing. Batman's not really meant for kids either.
That's
Batman-
true. That's
Hmm.
true.
I mean, you could look comic book.
Yo,
The stuff
even-
the Joker's done in the comics, man. You're gonna give that to a kid?
even Batman Forever, which they did all they could to make sure that movie was kid friendly, still had adult jokes in it.
George blind. You know how he says comics are struggling, right? And because
Mhm.
kids are not reading them, because they don't really target kids anymore. Because it's
No,
not.
yeah.
There's some story arcs that just aren't meant for kids.
I mean,
though.
I do think they like Batman and Spider-Man merch still sells like a ton. So
But not the
Spider,
comics. The merch does.
yeah,
not the
but not the
comics.
comics.
But
Because
there's just some comics that aren't meant for kids. I mean, Spider-Man comics with Carnage are not meant for kids. Let's just be
Yeah.
completely real. Like even before, like Cletus Cassidy, even before he became Carnage, he was a serial killer.
Oh,
We all knew that. Craven's Last Hunt was pretty hardcore for a Spider-Man comic at the time.
Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Carnage was tamed in that film.
Yeah. But, Venom Let There Be Carnage should have
Joker.
been the first Sony R-rated movie, not
The Dark
Craven.
Knight Joker was tamed in the Dark. I mean, I like that Joker. Obviously, I like even that Joker, but that Joker was tamed compared to the Joker we get in the comics.
Hmm.
Because we know about what the Joker's done in the comics. It's really, really sick. Because the Dark Knight Joker, right? That one's just like, a normal terrorist kind of villain, right? There's a lot of that's kind of that's a little bit more common than the Joker we get in the comics. Because blinded, we know what the Joker's like in the comics. It's not as that, right? Like
Jack
he'll
Nicholson's
Yes.
Joker was also tame compared to the comics as well.
in the comics, what do we know about the Joker in the comics? Shot Robert Gordon, paralyzed Robert Gordon. Maybe insinuation he raped her. Killed Jason Todd. Bombed. Pretty skinned people alive. There's some crazy stuff in the comics. And blinded, like you said in a couple of streams when you were on, stuff in the video games that you described the Joker has done.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Batman Arkham Knight, like that side mission with like the cutting up the bodies, the guy with the pig mask, pig, like that, that was just that freaks me out even today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
mean, that game's rated M for mature, but still.
is Arkham Knight really mature?
Yeah.
Was the
Yeah.
other one mature or was that teen?
No, it's rated M for mature.
Well, even the other.
I think it's
Yeah,
because of
Arkham
that.
Knight.
I think it might be
What was the
because of
other
that
Arkham
side
game?
mission.
Yeah,
Okay.
Arkham Knight is M.
But Arkham Asylum in Origins and
Yeah, or teen.
teen.
I think it's because of that side mission alone that game's rated M.
I mean, you could easily made the whole Arkham series mature.
Yeah,
if
you could have.
wanted to. If you wanted to, really, if you wanted to.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty ballsy to make the game M.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more of a soft M, to be honest, but yeah.
It is.
But like
think
when
it-
you read some of the stuff that is like in the files, it's pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's insanely dark. But yeah, they don't show any of that. I mean, there is some blood and stuff, but yeah.
But yeah, like you could make it easily an 8 and a rated R Batman movie easily. And I think it would do well. I mean, they kind of did that with Joker. But I'm talking a real Batman movie. And I think it would do well. A Batman movie, rated R.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I don't think we'll ever get it though.
No, because they're gonna. Because they want the kids, right? Like
Yeah.
the thing is, if they want the kid, well, the Batman wasn't PG-13. That was TV-14.
Mhm.
That's like, to me, TV-14. Right? I think the movie was TV-14, right? It was like that's very rare for a movie though to be 14. TV-14. Very rare. It's usually a TV. It's a TV rating usually, but for the Batman was TV-14. That's like borderline rated R and borderline PG-13. It's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And you could get away with a little bit more swearing and stuff too for teen, I
Mhm.
guess, right? And they did, and there was a little bit more gore. I guess gore. I mean, you saw a finger, man, a finger and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think I wonder what the Penguin's going to be. Did you say what the rating the Penguin's going to be?
I'm not sure.
Well, HBO Max usually makes their live action shows rated R, right? Usually it's rated
Mhm.
R, right? Uh, or 18, right? 18A. I wonder what it's going to be for the Penguin show. I'm curious. I know people are hyped for tonight. It's it's House of Dragon, right?
Oh yeah, tonight's House of Dragon.
I don't care about House of Dragon as much as others. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Damn.
Anna. Oh, did you see did you watch? Oh, you did watch the stream. Did you see Russell Crowe last night? Um, taking a shot at Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, that was dumb what he was doing. Because it's like I can understand if it was an actor known for acting, but Dakota Johnson has not really done anything like, you know, critically acclaimed. Where it's like,
No.
oh yeah, so it's like for him to say, oh, it didn't have enough pathos. It's like, no, I think she didn't care what the movie was. She just thought it was going to be a good movie, and she thought it was going to be an MCU movie. That's the problem, right? Not that
Hmm.
she wants to have this like great, amazing acting role. She just wanted to be in a famous, semi-successful movie. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. She wouldn't
And
have been
they
the
lied to her,
role.
right?
Yeah, they
So,
lied to her, I think they lied to. I don't know. I think they lied to most of the cast. I wonder.
yeah.
couldn't they like? Is there like any legal grounds for like for them to like say, hey, like they this company lied to us, this film company?
Mm,
Uh, I don't think so. If they were, I mean, they would have done it by now.
no, no, it was not It was
I
well.
mean,
This,
maybe, but I highly doubt it.
it's possibly the agency lied to her.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
why
she fired them.
She
Yeah,
moved. Yeah.
yeah. That's why she fired them and got new representatives. Maybe they told her
Hmm.
there was an MCU film, and she found out. Oh no, it's not. You lied to me, and this movie is bad. Well, and I think she feels like since this movie is bad, maybe it's the best move. I fire this agency for my career because this movie might be make a break for her, right? Right? We're for example, like for Sydney Srini, Madeline Brabham's not going to affect your career,
No.
right? So she didn't really need to fire her agent, and her right. So like somebody that made Sydney Srini is safe, right? Uh, uh. Russell Crowe, like the thing is, Russell Crowe is fine. I mean, he's in Craven, blind. He's being Craven, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
True,
Like,
but I mean, he's also been in a lot better stuff than Dakota Johnson has in his career.
yes, he has.
So it's easy for him to say that because it's like, hey, I mean, I still have Gladiator, Cinderella Man, A Beautiful
The thing
Mind,
is,
and all these other movies on my resume.
he doesn't need a film to make him. Okay, the point is, he doesn't really need a film that to make his career anymore, right? He's done that. He's done that. Dakota Johnson, well, yes, she's getting cast and stuff. She still has that unfortunate 50 Shades of Grey stigma. And she's trying to break
Yeah.
it. Unfortunately, the film she's been in haven't
Well,
exactly
it's like
helped.
I said yesterday. She should have just done a Robert Pattinson and tried distinguishing herself in
It's
independent movies
it's
until
weird.
she found a bigger role.
It's weird because Kristen Stewart was in. It's like you brought Robert Pattinson. It's weird. Kristen Stewart was getting casting a lot after. She was getting casted so much stuff after Twilight. Kristen Stewart, and she's not a
Well,
good actress either.
well,
But
I once. Well, have you ever seen the movie Speak?
no,
Okay, so it
Uh,
was based on the book. I don't want to spoil it. It was like before Twilight. She actually like gave a good performance in that movie.
Really?
But it's like the subject matter, I think, because of how serious the subject matter is. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but it had like because I'd also be spoiling the book, and it's like it's revealed later on in the book what happened to her character.
Right.
But I thought she gave like a decent performance in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the thing is, I think like people like her and Robert Pattinson, like they found ways to, I think, separate themselves from Twilight, where Dakota Johnson unfortunately has yet to really separate herself from 50 Shades.
She's trying. She's trying.
She's trying, but she hasn't really found a project that's like, yeah, she's good in that role. Like you look at the career of Robert Pattinson, like what helped Robert Pattinson before he did movies like Tenet, The Batman, and even The Lighthouse was, doing those, not as popular, but, pretty good independent, smaller movies
Mm-hmm.
that like gave the people a chance, even if it was like a smaller audience, a chance to show that, hey, he's not just like Twilight sparkly vampire or even Cedric Diggory.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like he
was
found a way to like break free from being the
Cedric
crush
Diggory.
for all the teen girls.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's still cooking girls now. He's Batman.
But I mean, like he showed that he's more than just a pretty face.
I know. Yeah.
Like that's basically what he did. And I think Dakota Johnson is still looking for that role because she's I think she's around the same age as Robert Pattinson, or only a couple years younger. So
Robert Pattinson's 38.
yeah, so like the thing is, even for actors, father time can be kicking. I know it doesn't seem that way for some, but to have a longer career in the industry, I feel like she's at that stage where it's like she needs to find that role, or the people are going to be making videos saying what the WTF happened to Dakota Johnson.
We'll see how she
Yeah.
does in the film with Chris Evans and Patrick Pascal. Materialist is an A24 film, so maybe.
I mean that has the potential to be good, but but again, as good as those actors are, they're not always in good stuff.
To me,
So
it is a romantic comedy. To me, a good actor should be able to do comedy. Like, if you're a really, really good actor, you have to be able to do comedy. Let's see, and we know Patrick Pascal could do comedy. We know that.
Yeah.
Like, Chris Evans could do comedy.
yeah.
We gotta see what the Dakota Johnson can do. And we know
Because here's the thing. Because here's another thing. This could be a good movie, but she can easily be the weak link of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we always say? What do people always say about Batman Begins? As great as Batman Begins is, it has a weak link, and it's called Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to be known as the weak link to what could be, a good movie.
So the film just wrapped up filming. This June 6th.
Listen. It's better to be known, in my opinion, that this might be this. I don't know if this is a controversial take. It's better to be known as the strong link for a bad movie than the weak link for a good movie.
Directed by.
Because at least if you're the strong link of a bad movie, at least it's like this person gave it the role. They salvaged something out of this movie.
Right, man. I'm gonna end it here because Blinded George. Let's talk afterwards for a bit. I want to talk about Blinded for certain stuff too. I think Blinded knows what I want to talk about. George will fill you in. Blinded, any plans?
No, I got 2 videos coming out. Hopefully I can put them out by the end of this month, or yeah. So we'll see.
Also, George.
You can find me at the George. I did my review of Inside Out 2 earlier today. I also reviewed the first Inside Out last weekend, and you can go check those out. And I guess it's just really, I mean, I'll try to see the new Bad Boys this weekend because I want to catch up on watching the Bad Boy movies, but I'm not going to review them. Maybe I'll review that next weekend, but I'm also going to start catching up on the X-Men movies that I haven't reviewed yet and start reviewing those for the next month, especially because in a couple weeks I'm not going to have as much free time once summer
Yeah.
Summer
Mhm.
camp starts, so I want to start
I
catching
really-
up on
I really
those
want you
X Men
guys.
movies.
I really want you to join me for the last 2 X-Men movies in that universe, especially you, Blind, because I know you're gonna rant on those movies, especially Phoenix. I know you, Blinded. I know, because it's not good movies.
Man.
Yeah, next week, guys, we're gonna try next week. We're gonna do triple 3 movies again, the Wolverine movies, X-Men Origins, the Wolverine, and Logan. Uh, Yeah, and then the week after, we're gonna do the first 2 X Men movies, First Class and Days of Future Past, and then we're gonna finish off with Apocalypse and Phoenix, and then we're gonna do the Deadpool movies, and then we get to finish before Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the plan on this show. On this show called Looking Back, show I have kind of been neglecting. My last show was with Blinded, and Blind. What
Mhm.
show was that? You know what show it was?
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. Oh
Yeah,
God.
almost a year ago. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for
What
listening.
a mess of a
Yeah,
movie.
take care, guys. Take care. Yeah, it's a mess.
Peace.
Peace, guys.